What if I told you the convenient cashless society they are selling you is actually an inescapable digital gulag disguised as progress? Today, we are exposing the terrifying engineered collision of central bank digital currencies and the impending AI unemployment crisis, a calculated 1-2 punch designed to permanently strip you of your autonomy. You have less than 18 months before the financial grid locks you into a system you can never vote your way out of. Look at this leaked patent diagram on the screen right now. I will explain exactly what this programmable expiration code means for your family's food supply at the very end of this video, and trust me, it will chill you to the bone. Let's look at the official story. The corporate media and your elected officials want you to believe that central bank digital currencies, or CBDCs, are simply the next logical step in human evolution. They promise seamless transactions, the elimination of bank fraud, and a frictionless global economy. Simultaneously, they frame the explosion of artificial intelligence as a mere productivity booster, a benevolent technological leap that will free humanity from tedious labor so we can pursue our passions. They paint a utopian picture of the near future where AI does the heavy lifting and the government distributes a neat digital universal basic income straight to your smartphone. Sounds like paradise, doesn't it? A life of leisure subsidized by the state. This is where their facade cracks. The benevolent narrative is a psychological operation, a sedative designed to keep you pacified while they build the bars of your cage. Let's look at the smoking gun. In 2020, Agustin Carstens, the general manager of the Bank for International Settlements, spoke on a panel. He didn't realize the quiet part was supposed to stay quiet. He stated on camera that with cash, it is impossible to know who is using a $100 bill. But with a CBDC, the central bank will have absolute control over the rules and regulations. They aren't building a new monetary system, they are building a behavioral modification engine. The true term for this operation is algorithmic enslavement. They do not want to upgrade your money, they want to program your compliance. And to get you to accept this programmable chain, they need to create a crisis so devastating that you will beg them for a solution. Enter the artificial intelligence unemployment crisis. This isn't just about factory workers losing their jobs to robotic arms anymore. We are looking at the decimation of the cognitive middle class. According to a grim report by Goldman Sachs, generative AI is poised to disrupt or entirely replace over 300 million full-time jobs globally. Legal clerks, coders, writers, accountants, analysts, the bedrock of the independent middle class, is being systematically rendered obsolete. Why? Because an independent, financially secure middle class is the single greatest threat to authoritarian control. But that's just the surface. What I'm about to show you ties this engineered economic collapse directly to the 2020 global lockdowns. You won't believe the connections between public health mandates and digital ledgers. First, hit the like button if you think the news lies to you every single day. Let's connect the dots and expose the architecture of their trap. The entity orchestrating this transition isn't a single government. It is a transnational coalition of financial oligarchs and tech monopolies. Let's call them the Technocratic Syndicate. Their ultimate goal is absolute resource management and population control. Here is how the interlocking pieces fit together. Piece number 1, mass unemployment. AI hollows out the workforce, leaving hundreds of millions destitute, hungry, and terrified. Piece number 2, the Hegelian dialectic. Problem, reaction, solution. The public demands salvation from the manufactured poverty. The Technocratic Syndicate steps in with universal basic income. Piece number 3, the condition. This UBI will not be issued in cash or independent cryptocurrency. It will exclusively be distributed via a CBDC wallet, tied to your digital biometric ID. And here's the final fatal piece of evidence, programmability. The World Economic Forum has published extensive literature praising the concept of programmable money. We are already seeing trials. In China's eCNY rollout, they tested currency that literally expires if not spent within a specific time frame, ensuring you can never save wealth. Furthermore, credit card initiatives like the MasterCard Doconomy card actively track your carbon footprint, cutting off your spending power. They did it with the gold confiscation of 1933, forcing citizens to hand over real wealth for paper. They did it with the severing of the gold standard in 1971, allowing them to inflate your purchasing power into oblivion. And now they're doing it with the eradication of physical cash and the rollout of CBDCs. The thread tying them all together is the systematic, generational elimination of your financial sovereignty. How does this nightmare manifest in your daily life? Imagine waking up in a world where your AI replacement does your former job 10 times faster. You rely entirely on the government's digital ration. You decide you want to buy a plane ticket to visit your family. You swipe your phone. Denied. The algorithm has determined your geographic footprint is too large this month. You try to donate $10 to an independent journalist or a dissenting political candidate. Denied. The recipient has been deplatformed, and interacting with their ledger drops your own social compliance score. You complain about the system online. The next morning, your digital wallet is frozen pending a misinformation investigation. This is not science fiction. This is the explicit, documented capability of a centralized, programmable ledger. When money becomes software, the programmer becomes God. The fusion of AI surveillance capabilities with a CBDC creates an open-air prison with invisible walls where your compliance dictates your caloric intake. Remember that patent diagram I showed you at the very beginning of this broadcast? That isn't a speculative concept art piece. That is a real functional framework for a tokenized ledger system. That code string dictates programmable expiration. It means the ruling class can drop digital tokens into your account on Monday and force you to spend them on government-approved insect protein or rent by Friday. Or the money simply vanishes from your wallet. It is the end of generational wealth. It is the end of savings. It is the ultimate tool to keep humanity living hand-to-mouth, dependent on the master's table. The AI job collapse isn't an accidental tragedy of progress. It is the engineered crisis designed to force you willingly into the programmable digital currency trap. You need to prepare now while you still have agency. Divest from the digital panopticon. Build local, parallel economies. Physical cash is resistance. Barter is revolution. Self-reliance is the ultimate act of defiance. Drop a comment below with your own red-pilled insights. Tell me how you are preparing your family for the digital squeeze. Subscribe to this channel to join the resistance. Share this video before the algorithm scrubs it from the internet. And never stop questioning the narrative. Stay awake.